Hello and welcome to my channel. As you see from the title, I am going to be talking about my pregnancy so far. I am 17 weeks tomorrow, and so if you don't want any TMI, I'm not going to do a lot of TMI, but I might do some. Probably not the video for you. I want to start out by saying that I thought I was infertile. I was remarried before to someone else, which doesn't matter who it is or that passed, but we did try to get pregnant for almost 16 years, and I never even got a positive pregnancy test. We went to the doctor once, we got IUI, nothing. I'll do another separate video about why we think, me and my current husband think why it didn't work out before. But then I got a relationship with my husband, now husband. At the time, we both didn't think we could get pregnant, but we loved each other and it didn't matter. Because I have my adopted daughter, which I love more than anything. So we're like, well, this will be our baby. And lo and behold, though, after we were together for, I think it was September of 2019, August. Yeah, because I lost it. Okay, we'll get to that part. I was 2 weeks late. I was in denial because I was like, I've been late before, nothing, so whatever. So I was like, for kicks and giggles, I went and got Taco Bell, and then I was like, just got a test just to see, and it was positive, and I was literally shaking. I never seen a positive pregnancy test for me before, so it was super crazy. And I called him in there, and he was just as shocked as me because we weren't trying, because we weren't even married yet. Wasn't the best time, but we were both super excited because we didn't think it was possible. He was married before too, and him and his ex-wife couldn't get pregnant either, so we both just thought, that's life. We're just, we're older anyway. I'm 39, he's 46 in December, so that's just life. So we were super excited. We just started taking pregnancy classes and getting everything set up. I got my doctor, and then September, right after my birthday, I started bleeding. And of course I was scared. My daughter was scared. And I kept bleeding, so we went to the doctor and he did an ultrasound and he said, baby looks good, you can see the heart flicker, so we were relieved. But then the next day I started clotting and it was getting worse and I started cramping. So we waited. We actually went to a Renaissance fair. It was a Celtic festival that Saturday, even though I felt like crap and stuff, but we were just we knew what was going to happen. So we're like, let's still have a good time. But I was feeling so bad. We didn't stay for very long. And that night we went to the hospital because I was bleeding really bad and cramping really bad, and they couldn't find anything. It was just crazy. From like 2 days, baby's fine, we were so happy, to nothing. He's gone. So obviously we were devastated, and life goes on. So we continued to try, but not really, because we weren't married yet. In January of that next year, 2020, he did propose, so we were engaged. And then June, the pandemic happened, so we couldn't get married like we wanted to. But then we're like, you know what, why not? So my mom made me a dress. He wore his Renaissance clothes, and we went to one of our fire dancer friends that happened to be ordained already. They were youth pastors a long time ago, and got married in their backyard, July 18th. So we were happy. We had each other. Still wanted a baby, but we were like, maybe, who knows? It's been so long. Then, September 2020, I got another positive pregnancy test. I wasn't late yet. I was like right when I was supposed to start. I just decided to try, and it was positive. It wasn't really bright though, so I was like, I don't know. I got my blood tested, and then before I could even get the result, I started bleeding again because my period was due. That one is considered, the first one was considered a miscarriage. This one was considered a chemical, because technically you're 4 weeks pregnant, but a lot of people have chemicals, they don't even know it because they never test. They thought the period was just like a day or two late. So a lot of people could have it and not even know. Crazy. So after that, we got referral to a specialist since I was 38 at the time. I'm already over maternal age, whatever they call it. Don't feel like it. And yeah, so, and we had 2 miscarriages, so that's considered qualification to see a specialist. So we saw the specialist. He's a godsend. Such a nice guy. He basically saved, got us where we are today. He did 1 million tests, 1 million ultrasounds. He recommended I get this laparoscopy surgery, which I did. Which basically they do like 4 incisions. They put a camera in there and check my tubes, make sure they're clear. Anything else, and he suspected. He told the insurance I had stomach aches and stuff, which I didn't. So I guess just to get approved. And found that I had some polyps on my ovaries, which he removed. I had scarring from endometriosis, which I didn't even know I had endometriosis, because usually your periods are very heavy, you're in a lot of pain. I was only had heavy periods maybe every few months, but not like crazy. And maybe back cramps, not horrible like I did when I was first got my period when I was a kid. So I had no idea. He removed the scarring tissue, and the worst thing he found was a septum through my uterus. So it means the baby could grow, but it's very dangerous, and it's very unlikely it would survive past a certain point because of the septum separating the uterus. So he removed that, and then after I was healed up and stuff like that, he put me on letrozole, which they usually do for cancer patients, but it also helps you ovulate. And then he also gave me a trigger shot that my friend gave me after letrozole was done. So he kept doing ultrasounds once a week to see if I was progressing. And there was actually 2 eggs there, and this is December about. And then my friend came over and gave me the trigger shot, and it didn't work. We were devastated because we really thought we were going to have a baby then. And then we didn't hear from this after we told the specialist that it didn't work. We didn't hear from him. We were going to try one more round of it. Nothing. So we're like, well, we're healed. Everything's fixed. There should be no problem anymore. He said everything looks good. My tubes are clear. So life went on. We kept trying. When I lost the second one, I joined this group it was on Facebook at first, and then it kind of broke off into another Facebook group, and then it went to basically a WhatsApp group. Wonderful, they're like I never met these women in real life, but they're like my best friends, because we have a WhatsApp group, and it's a try to conceive group, and they're like, and then once you get pregnant, you bump up to a bump group, I guess you could say, women that are pregnant, which I'm in both of them now. But we just kind of support each other and tell each other tricks and tips that we've been doing and all that, and it's been wonderful. What are you doing? Come here. This is Chico, by the way. He's a little butt. Anyway. So, where was I? Anyway, I joined that group, and I was starting this app called Pre-Mom, and you get these ovulation test strips. And then after you take the test, you take a picture of it, and it scans it and tells you if you're close to ovulating and all that. So I was doing that for a while, and then I got so frustrated that I just took a couple months off. Still didn't get pregnant. And then there's lots of things that happened this year. Drama with other things happening. So I won't go into detail ever, because that's just my private stuff going on. When did I find out? I think it was July. That month I was gun-ho. I was like, I didn't think it was going to be the month because I've done that a couple times. I was gun-ho about everything. But I did some of the old wives' tales where when you're week of ovulating, you take Mucinex. Sounds really weird, but it's supposed to do some stuff down there. Clean your cervical mucus or something like that so the sperm can get through. No, I told you TMI. And then after you ovulate, you eat pineapple core. It's hard to find, but that month I actually couldn't find pineapple core because HEB used to sell it. Where you actually eat the core and pineapple too, because that's when my cravings was a topic of that later. So I just got some pure cold pressed pineapple juice. And I've been drinking that. And then I started feeling like I felt fine. So I was like, no symptoms or anything, probably out this month. But I started not wanting food. Like I get all this food that I really like. He's enjoying his pets. Anyway, I get this food that I really like, my favorite foods, and I'm eating it, and I'm just like, I just don't want it. So I gave it to my daughter, and she's like, yeah, she loves it. I don't remember, it was like pot stickers or something. She was all about it. The rest of it just went to waste. So I was like, I thought I was maybe getting sick or something like that, or cause I didn't think it was COVID because I'm very careful. But I was at the spot. He's shaking his leg. And then that morning I decided to test. I was about to drop my daughter back off at her dad's, or a immediate spot. My boobs really itched a lot that morning. I was like, well, that's weird. I was like, I guess I'll test. I'm supposed to start the next day. I'll test a day early. I was like, it's going to be a waste of time, but that way maybe, to enjoy my weekend. I don't drink, so it doesn't even matter what I do. But I stopped drinking probably after I lost the first one. We just didn't care anymore. After we found each other, me and my husband, drinking just didn't matter anymore. I don't know. We just lost the taste of alcohol. Just didn't matter. Weird. I think the last time we drank was either maybe one drink at Sherwood, and then Valentine's Day last year we bought, or was it this year? This year. It's been a long year with the whole ice storm thing. We bought some Mike's Hard Lemonade. It is so dang sweet. I could only finish half of one. Sidetrack, anyway. So I went home and tested, and it was super light. So I was very optimistic. I didn't even tell my husband at first. I showed my mom, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's positive." I showed my group; they were all saying it's positive, but I was just terrified because every time it was light, I lost him. So it was a long weekend. I finally told my husband, and he was just very quiet. Just one of those moments you see. I'm obsessed with those videos on YouTube where they surprise their husband and everything, and they're so excited and they're crying, all this stuff. But after losing two and everything we've been through, it's just I don't get that. We don't get to surprise everybody or be excited or anything. We're just terrified. He just closes himself off about that issue, which is familiar. So it was kind of triggered me a little bit, but I was just like, well, I know he'll be excited later, but I just need to get through this weekend. If I get through the weekend, at least I know it's a real pregnancy. Even if I might lose it later on, it's not a chemical. So the weekend comes and goes, and it's fine. I didn't bleed or anything. I was like, okay, well, let me call the doctor. So we called the doctor and got a blood test. I had to wait a couple days. Went to the doctor, and he showed me that my progesterone's good, because I was taking progesterone. I forgot to mention that. I had leftover progesterone from my from the doctor, the specialist, because he told me to take progesterone. So then after we didn't get pregnant from the trigger shot, I just kept the bottles. But I was like, this month, I was like, you know what? After I ovulate, I'm just going to start taking progesterone, just in case. I even had some cream I used a little bit just on my arms and stuff, just to elevate my progesterone, because that was low both times I lost the babies. So forgot to mention that. Anyway, my progesterone levels were 25, which is perfect, and then my levels were 250, which for being only, I think I was, at that point I was 16 days past ovulation, so he said that all looked perfect. So I was like, great. So we tried to see the specialist, and we couldn't get a hold of him. The specialist wanted to be with us for the first trimester, supposedly, not knowing that he quit being the baby doctor. He just gets you to that point of being pregnant, and then you're on your own. He didn't tell us that. So we got a hold of him once, and all he did was have us take another blood test just to make sure the levels doubled. And after a week, they were 25,000. So I was good. Yeah, I was so excited when I saw those numbers. I basically jumped on my husband, and he was laying on the bed watching TV. Almost squished him. He was happy for me too. little scared because they thought that it might be twins because it was such a high thing, but we're not. Just one, which is good. Um, so there's that, and I was obsessed with testing. Because after that last test, we had to go to, I went to visit my mom. I forget why. There was some reason I was visiting. Oh yeah, because she was moving. She was moving from Colorado to Indiana or something like that. I don't exactly remember where, one of those I-states and that way. So I wanted to see the house for the last time and everything. So me and my daughter spent a week there, and my dad always spoiled me. He made me these delicious smoothies every morning. And I didn't feel nauseous completely, but I felt off. So I was obsessively testing every morning to make sure the test got darker and darker, which it did. I finally got my dye stealer, which if you're not familiar with dye stealer, it means that the test line is darker than the control line. So it's stealing dye from that because you have so much HCG, which is awesome. I was so happy to see that because it means everything's perfect. So I stopped testing after about 6 weeks when I think when I came home from them, it was my anniversary, my 1 year anniversary with my husband. And the day after that, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. So sick. I didn't think I was gonna like throw up or anything because my mom and my sister never did. But oh my gosh, every day from weeks, excuse me, I get hiccups a lot too, which is really annoying. One of my annoying symptoms, that and coughing. Like I have to like hold my coughing because I don't want people think I have COVID and I don't. It's just pregnancy symptom, which is super annoying. You get more phlegm in your throat and stuff. Anyway, from week 6 until basically recently, I threw up once last week, and then a couple days ago, I think I just ate too fast because I get stuff stuck in my chest. But it was like every day. So basically from week 6 until week 16, 15, I'll say 15. Because after week 16, I was just like, I was nauseous, but I wasn't throwing up. Maybe it was one time. So it was just like slowing down to once a week, and now it's like almost gone. I'm just getting really hungry now. But it was a nightmare. Because usually you're like, oh, once you get to 12 weeks, you're in your second trimester, so you're okay. No, still throwing up every day. So I was so excited to get to my second trimester. But no, I'm not going to be in my third trimester until actually Christmas Eve. I looked it up on my calendar. I was like, oh, what a great Christmas present. Be my third trimester. So there's that. So I haven't liked food at all. I eat because I have to, and then I usually throw it up anyway. So it's very frustrating that I'm just wasting money, wasting food. But if I don't eat, I get like super nauseous hungry, which I still do now. Like I have to eat even at least a snack every 2 to 3 hours. I guess preparing me for feeding the baby every 2 to 3 hours. Otherwise, I just get like out of nowhere. I'm sitting here, enjoying myself, and then I get like super nauseous hungry. Like, oh my gosh. So I have to go find something. I pre-made a lot of chicken, so I can make that, but right now it just sounds gross. My cravings right now, because I haven't had any cravings because I've just been sick. Things sounding good. Sour stuff, like sour gummy worms, which I can't have because I had to take a glucose test and I failed. It's like you drink this sugary drink. You have to be fasting for the night. You get there in the morning. You get to drink this sugary drink that tastes like crappy fruit punch. Wait an hour, then they take your blood. And I failed. But so I have to go back probably. I have my doctor's appointment on the 12th. So I'll probably have to go back and they'll have me go and take a 3-hour test, which will suck because I get super hungry. And then we'll see where my levels are then. So right now I'm trying to eat, not have a lot of sugar, but I do eat pineapple. That's my, I know it has sugar in it, but I'm not going on like a gluten-free diet or anything like that. Because people are like, oh, you should do keto. I was like, I'm pregnant. So I'm doing like low sugar and low carbs, but I'm not cutting out fruit that much. I'm not eating a ton of fruit, but I'm eating for the baby, not for dieting, so it's different. So pineapple is one of those things that's kind of like it's sour, so it's like so good. But it does give me mild heartburn, so I can't eat a ton of it at a time. And I hate gum, but I've been eating gum because that helps my mild nausea I get. I have to drive all the way to like an hour to my daughter to pick her up from school sometimes. It was rough at first because hour each way. So I was driving almost 4 hours a day when I was getting her week by week at the time. And I had a bag in the car in case I needed to throw up because it was rough. It was so rough being that nauseous and having to drive that far. So temporarily I'm doing it every other weekend. So I just pick her up on Fridays and Thursdays after her ASL class. So that helps. It's better. I usually make a smoothie and bring it with me so I could just sip on something. Or ice cold water helps too. It has to be ice cold. So that's what's going on now. Other symptoms. I'll show you this cute shirt I'm wearing because I'm displaying where my baby girl is right now. It's a girl, by the way. See how cute that is? She is right here. Like right, really low right here. So she gets mad when I sleep on that side. But my other issue, I'm just all sorts of problems in this pregnancy. But this was before. It just got worse and worse. I have a problem with my shoulder to down here. That's severe pain, so I can't even lay on it. I can't move this as far as I can move it up. I'm waiting for approval from my insurance to go to a physical therapist. I went to an initial appointment, and they were saying that something with the bone and the ball of the bone doesn't slide correctly. There's something wrong with it, so I basically have to go, once I'm approved, twice a week to a physical therapist. So that's fun. I'm hoping they can help me because it's so much. I can't even sleep at night. Sometimes it hurts so much pain. I have to put a brace on and ice it every day. So I can sleep on my left side, my right side, where the baby is. So I have to prop a pillow next to my stomach because otherwise I'm laying right on her, and then my stomach hurts because she's like, no. So much fun. We haven't announced the name yet. We're gonna do that later, but we have picked her name. It was much discussion and narrowing it down, but my daughter likes the name. She says it's very pretty. Other symptoms. I do get heartburn, more like acid reflux, like burning in my chest a little bit. And I don't like those Tums though. I can't think of anything else. I told you about my coughing and my sometimes sneezing, and my hiccups, which hiccups are super random. I think that's it. I don't have a whole ton of symptoms. I mean, I do get sudden exhaustion, partly because I can't sleep at night. I get this insomnia. I'm getting my pregnancy pillow, that giant one that you wrap around. Hopefully that will help. I might have to sleep in my daughter's room when she's not here. My husband goes to work, so I'm not taking up the whole bed. I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or anything, or want me to do any other update videos, I would love to. In 2 weeks, my daughter and I, and possibly my husband if he wants to go, we're going to do that graveyard video. We're going to put flowers on really old graves. We're going to try to find some of the oldest graveyards that are not too far away in Austin area. So that will be a fun little adventure. This weekend, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I should have filmed it last time she was with me. We did a fun game called Upside Down that we bought. You have to wear these goggles, and it has a mirror in it, and it basically flips everything you see. And you have to do activities with these goggles that are upside down. So you have to draw words and stuff, or do simple activities. It's so much fun. But me and my husband being older, it gives us a headache after a while. She wants to just play it forever. So anyway, that's a fun game. There's also one that we want to buy called the Cone of Shame. I don't know exactly how it plays it, but I know you eventually, if you draw some kind of card, you have to wear this Cone of Shame and write on it or something. Eventually I'll buy that because it sounds kind of fun too. Just good games for the family to do together. But for now, I have to get ready to go get the kid for my Thursday visit and work on organizing the baby room because it's full of storage right now. So we're trying to go through it and see what we can just donate, or so much stuff to do, and I only have 5.5 months, which is super soon. She's due on March 12th. We kind of mentioned it before in the video with me and my husband together. But yeah, March 12th is very soon. So thinking that Christmas Eve I'll be already in my third trimester. So sometimes it goes super slow when you're feeling like crap. I'm finally feeling better, so that's a relief. But still, food is kind of iffy because after I eat it, I still feel a little bit nauseous, but I don't throw it up. So it's getting there. Hopefully I can be like a regular pregnant person and just enjoy food. We'll see. Anyway, until next time, see you guys later. Bye!